SpaceX Starlink five or six. Take two. Ouch. That was very loud. Good morning. Good morning. Is it a good morning? Is it? I think it is. Whenever you have to wake up early, it's not a good morning, especially when you don't drink coffee. But we're waking up early to a Starlink launch, a SpaceX launch. So technically, I would consider this a good morning. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, Kevin, it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, come on, man. It's not like you're waking up at 5. You know what? True, but still, life is kind of terrible right now for me. What's up, guys? Roll call. Where you from? What you munching on? Personally, I'm from Ohio, land of the coronavirus, and I am drinking water out of an eccentric mug, and it tastes pretty good. Germany and coffee. Someone knows what they're doing. Yeah, it's 12:50 where you're at. Don't know what my problem is? Yeah. For once, the people in the UK have it nice for these launches, okay? Florida tea. Slovakia's in his house. Poland and coffee. Ohio. Hello, Ohioan. Kentucky pizza rolls. Yes. Someone's in the right mindset. Norway, Sweden, Louisiana, California. Oh, you're dedicated, California. Good Lord. Dallas, South Africa, San Antonio, water bottle. All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Glad you could make it. I mean, for some of you, I bet you're not even out of bed. You're just watching this on your phone, annoying the wife. Okay, so, yes, this is our second attempt. Hello, New Zealand, Belgium, France, and Oregon. Second attempt. They attempted before, what was it, Monday? I have a bad memory. I think it was Monday. They attempted it. And they scrubbed at T-0. And by they, I mean the rocket itself was like, nope, I'm not doing this today. And we'll talk about exactly why here in a second. But first, let's go over or re-go over what this mission is all about. Okay. Thank you, Robert Lenz. Morning, Kevin. Mods from NL present or representing. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. All right. If you need me to turn on the slow chat, you let me know. All right, because my mind is not caught up to speed yet. Okay, so we're going to be watching the SpaceX Starlink launch on their YouTube channel, of course. A YouTube channel watching a YouTube channel. It's like Inception. To get there, you go to spacex.com/webcast and you get a little, synopsis of what's going down, and then you get the link to the video right here. You can also press on the press kit right here, and we'll get to that in a second. But it's very important that it launches today. All right, it's imperative. It has to launch today. You know why? Let me show you why. This is why. If it doesn't launch today, it's going to launch tomorrow, even earlier. Disgusting. All right? No. I'm not waking up any earlier. Yeah. All right? I'm kind of suicidal in the morning. I can't do it. No. John G., thank you. Hope launch goes well. Good morning from Norway. What's up, bro? Thank you so much. Yeah, it needs to launch. Okay? It doesn't help that I stay up till like 3 in the morning, but still, it's waking up early sucks. Also, we need to keep an eye on Twitter to make sure SpaceX, everything's going well on there. And Starlink satellites and weather are go for launch. T-minus 30 minutes. Good. Well, I'm glad they tweeted that. All right, now that I've already started. For those of you on Patreon or who are eccentric patrons, keep an eye on the Discord, all right? And you can chat with me there. I'll keep an eye on that for you. Back to me. Oh, yeah, smooth transition. Oh, I can tell it's the morning. I already got parched lips. Oh, water never tasted so good, man. I need to get some OJ. Some OJ. Anybody like orange juice, or is it just me? Do I have any eccentric YouTube members in the house? I don't think I've seen any chevrons. I don't think I've seen a couple mods are in the house. Robert Lenz is in the house. Or maybe it is just Rob. Rob, if you're feeling overwhelmed, let me know. Okay, here we go. Carrie's in the house. What's up, Carrie? Looking all Lieutenant Commander today. So is Reese. What's up, Reese? Reese is from Victoria, Australia, mate, and drinking milk out of the same Jolly Rocket mug. Hey, I like your style, bro. Is it koala or kangaroo milk, or is it normal cow milk? Or goat, you know. We don't discriminate here at the Space Eccentric. Teenage astronauts in the house. All right. Someone else from Columbus, Ohio. Welcome, Central Ohioan. Yes, if you have questions, just go ahead and ask the mods. Chances are, since I kind of can't read fast, I read no good, I won't be able to see your comment. Carrie is drinking cafe Bustelo with the last bag of sugar at Walmart. Good for you, man. Good for you. Yes. I don't know why I closed out. It's like see, my mind isn't operating at full capacity, which I will say is definitely nominal, right? That my mind is doing that. But let me pull something up here. I need to go back to the SpaceX homepage and go back to the. There we go. The rundown sheet. Okay. So yes, the launch is supposed to happen at 8:16 a.m. All right, and thank God that it is not a long 45-minute, over an hour launch. It should be over about 15 minutes after launch because they're deploying the satellites in a very low Earth orbit again so that they can raise themselves using their ion hull engines. Curtis Ruddock's a morning person. Oh, I missed someone. Richie Shilk. Let me scroll up. How did I miss that in the chat? There we go. Morning from Arizona. What's up, Arizona? I might have driven through Arizona once, or it might be one of the few states I haven't been in. I can't remember which it is. I rode a motorcycle from San Diego to Ohio back in 2011, and I can't remember if I went through Arizona or not. I know I went through the desert in Nevada because it was pretty cold that night. Curtis Ruck, he's here with his Super Peach. I think that's a peach. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I think that's basically all we need to go over with this. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Oh, I should probably mention, just like I did on Monday, that it is a special launch, probably what you saw in the thumbnail. This is going to be the record-breaking fifth launch of a booster. Never been done before by anyone, especially SpaceX. So if they land it, it'll be the fifth landing, and I believe it's the fourth landing on a drone ship, if I have that correct. So special days. Robert Lenz is back. My usual suspects. How is quarantine treating you in the U.S.? It's nothing different for me. I don't like to go out. so yeah, life is normal. The wife is kind of driving me crazy. No, I'm just kidding. We're actually getting along pretty good for being so close together. You know? I think we read an article. I don't remember what country it was, but I think it was in Europe. No, I think it might have been Iran, actually. Because, they've been having trouble with the coronavirus. And I think after, I don't know, it might have been Iran. They had a quarantine, and after the quarantine, I think like 88 couples filed for divorce. It might have been parody, but I think it's probably true. But for real, though, like, we used to live in a really small condo that was probably like the size of this room, and we had to move into a house because we were we were just in too close a proximity. People need their space, right? Especially when they have strong personalities. Marto Spy, hello. Hope nothing goes wrong today. Yep, I hope so too. It's a good goal to have. Hope that nothing goes wrong. Shogun Baker's back on Discord as a Patreon. Any word on if still trying dual fairing capture? Yes, I believe so. That is the consensus. There's still, everything's the same as Monday. I believe the recovery ships stayed on spot for the most part out in the ocean. Right. That's what I read anyway. And the internet doesn't lie. We all know that. Curtis Ruddock staying in the house till this is over. Yep. You know, I try to stay in the house. Like every day I tell me, I'm not going anywhere. I don't need to go anywhere. I like being home. All right. But the last couple days, I still ventured out because the first day I needed to get a little bit more food. And then yesterday I had to get dog food at Costco. And I guess they just started doing those lines, like only letting 600 people in the store at the time. And let me just say, probably the best shopping experience I ever had at Costco. There was like no one in there. You know, usually you have to navigate your big old cart through these large aisles, but there's so many people there and it's annoying. Man, that was a great shopping experience. I liked it. See, the virus is causing some positives. Another positive was it snowed pretty good the other day here in Ohio, and I was like, there's no point in shoveling the driveway. I'm not going anywhere. So there you go. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Michael Ernest is awake and in the house, and he's brewing his coffee. Oh, SpaceX started their screensaver, so I'm going to pull that up here in a second. Boom. Vietnam. Or do you pronounce it Vietnam? You're from Vietnam. I'll go with you. Do you pronounce your country Vietnam or Vietnam? Green Dragon 099 KSP2 has me excited. Oh, for totes my goats, bro. KSP2, man. I can't get enough of the research. I love researching it almost as much as I love researching SpaceX. And I'm kind of scared because I keep getting these emails from all these publishers saying, oh, we might be delaying our game release, but we haven't heard anything about that. KSP2 has already been delayed pretty big until next year, up to next year. So, yeah, hopefully all goes well and we don't get that in 2025. Let's see, scrolling down. Robert Fallon, thanks. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Robert. Man, you guys are so generous. I love you long time. I think that was from Vietnam. Robert Lins, thinking about becoming a Patreon. It's up to you, bro. You got different avenues you can go down. You can become a Patreon. You can become, or a patron. You can become an eccentric member by hitting that join button, or you just can keep modding it up. Your call, bro. Yeah, I will say this, since it's only $1 a month, I keep getting these emails from the team at Patreon saying I should up my $1 a month to at least $2 or $3 because it shows the community that you have more faith in your content. I'm like, that makes sense. So I might be upping it a couple bucks here. If you already pay $1 a month, then you're grandfathered in. So if you're thinking about it, probably now's the time to do it because I might do that for next month. All right. I'm not a very good businessman, okay? I don't think these things through. I'm like, $1 a month, let's give the people what they want for cheap. Well, then people might start thinking it's cheap content. All right, well, never mind. Marcus Apperly, buy yourself some emergency toilet paper. I can't, Marcus. I can't. I've been using my receipts from the grocery store. I'm not a prepper per se, but you know, I always taught my students this too. Like, there's nothing psychotic or wrong about having an extra emergency supply stash of food, toilet paper, and paper towels, you know, maybe a few propane tanks, a couple of tanks of gas in your garage. Nothing wrong with that because you have things like national emergencies, pandemics, you know, weather or earthquakes or whatever, and shortages, war. It's not necessarily mean the apocalypse is ever going to happen, but, you know, you just want to, you know, human-made economic systems are vulnerable, and you just want to be prepared in some sort of way. Doesn't mean you have to buy a $3 million underground bunker, although I've seen some of those, and those are pretty sweet. So, We got plenty of toilet paper. And here's the thing. I never really, my wife and I are so confused about this. Why are people going straight for the toilet paper? Like, just shower or something after you take your poo. All right. I mean, it's not as essential as food or water. Like, come on. I don't get it. But, I don't know. And this comes from someone that likes to poo. Okay. Trying to keep up. 346 Moody. Thank you. Laptop work. That's right. Getting it done. Edward de Loonman. Here since you had less than dude, thank you for sticking around. Man, there's not that many people that can stand me for that long. Thank you. Appreciate that. That makes me feel good. Green Dragon 099. Have you caught a solar eclipse in KSP? Yeah, many. In fact, it annoys me. I see him so many times because then it makes it harder to navigate the game because it gets dark. But yeah, it's pretty beautiful. Noah, will you be doing live streams of KSP too? Definitely on for my members on Patreon and on the YouTube membership for sure. I have done some of those in the past, and I will definitely be doing some KSP2 content. I'll probably even do a couple of videos on regular YouTube as well. All right, because it's a pretty big deal, and it's fun. And if it helps motivate and inspire people to get into the game, that means they're gonna get smarter because you learn a lot from the game. I learned a lot about rocket science from Kerbal Space Program, like staging, the importance of staging. Here we go. Let me go full screen on this really quick. Magic. Catching up. Oh my gosh. I think Christoph Stumney. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. It makes getting up early worth it. Just talking to you guys makes it worth it.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, March 18th, and you're looking at a live view of Falcon 9 as it awaits its 8:16 a.m. Eastern Time launch from Pad 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Welcome back to SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California. My
She's
name
a
is
morning
Jessie
person.
Anderson, and I'm a lead
All
manufacturing engineer here at SpaceX. You're watching a live webcast for our 6th Starlink mission and our 6th mission overall this year in 2020.
See, it's number 6. Everyone else has it
Morning,
wrong.
You know that we had a standard auto abort triggered right before liftoff. At SpaceX, we intentionally hold down the rocket prior to liftoff to ensure engines reach correct power levels. On Sunday morning, we had an out-of-family engine reading, which caused an automatic abort. Typically, we would try again the next day, but today was the first available day on the range, so here we are. As a reminder, today we're launching a set of 60 Starlink satellites. Starlink is designed...
Yeah, that was something I said I was going to talk about, and I didn't. Yeah, they're see if I'm not going to pull it up. On Twitter, they did tweet that they had an out-of-family data reading on the engine power level, so it was just a sensor issue, which is why they were able to launch so soon again. And by the way, I can't remember this girl's name, but I checked her out. I stalked her on Instagram because someone posted a link to it on like a forum page. And turns out she's a rapper. That's pretty cool.
With that, all systems are go for an on-time liftoff this morning.
Hello, my name is Michael Andrews, and I'm a supply chain supervisor here at SpaceX. And this is our Falcon 9, vertical once again at Launch Pad 39A down at Florida's Kennedy Space Center. The bottom two-thirds of the vehicle, the part of the vehicle that looks to be covered with soot, is our reflown first stage. This first stage uses its 9 Merlin M1D engines to power the vehicle through the Earth's atmosphere out to the edge of space. And today we'll be attempting to recover that first stage again, actually for the 5th time on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, which you can currently see. It's stationed about 350 nautical miles northeast of the Cape. Above that first stage is our black interstage band. It connects the second stage at the top, which will...
We all know all this, so if you don't, you should just mute me and watch the SpaceX stream. Robert Lenz, this is from someone who likes to poo. Kevin 2020. We have something in common. That's funny. Everyday astronaut just said he would love to co-host with you. If that is true, I would love nothing more than to co-host with Tim. Meeting Tim was one of the great pleasures in life, just because he's such a nice guy. I love me some Tim Dodd. All right, good dude, all around, genuinely good dude. Sumney is back. Would you like? Oh, there you go. Would you like to co-host some future live streams every day? It would be so cool. Yeah. Again, nicest dude I've ever met for real. Like, not even a joke. I shouldn't say nicest. One of the nicest. There have been a lot of nice people I've met since I've been traveling around with this job to Boca Chica and what have you. Like Lewis from Lab Padres, really nice. Tim Dodd, though, he stellar stand-up guy, man. I would definitely do a co-host with him. Heard he's thinking about moving to Florida. Hey, look at that. There's the recovery ship right there. Heard Tim Dodd's thinking about moving to Florida to be closer to launches. I think that would be a great idea. I think he should definitely do that. Not to say, I'm not just saying that because it'd give me a place to stay if I go. I'm not saying that for selfish reasons. I would love to move down to Florida, but the wife kind of has me anchored here in Ohio. And that's okay. This is my home state. I love it. Love the people. I love my family that's here. And I'm from where Neil Armstrong is from, and it kind of gives me pride, even though, I have nothing to do with that. Green Dragon, code 2319 equals coronavirus. You're talking in code now? Guys, it's too early for that. I can't keep up. It's just too complex. Surrogacy, hi, eccentric cloud liquor. For morning coffee, everything is going to be great. He earmarked his super chat for coffee. I've never had a cup, bro. I don't know if I'm ever going to spend your money. All right. Back to the thing, because they're talking about Starship.
Production ramps up. We have a series of upcoming static fire and short flight tests with our serial number 3 test article, and longer flights with serial number 4, but ramping up our Starship and Raptor production line is what matters most. The design goal for Starship is 3 flights per day on average, which equates to roughly 1,000 flights per year at greater than 100 tons per flight. This means every 10 ships would yield 1 megaton per year to orbit. This is a significant effort, and we are looking for highly skilled engineers and welders to help us make this a reality. If you're interested in joining the team, please take a look at spacex.com/careers.
Same info as Monday.
We're currently T-minus 4.5 minutes from liftoff, and Falcon 9 is now moving into the final stages of its countdown. Back at T-minus 7 minutes, our engine chill process began. This is where we allow a small amount of that super chilled liquid oxygen to flow into the Merlin engine turbo pumps prior to the full flow of liquid oxygen into the vehicle. You have to realize that our RP1 is coming in at about 15 degrees Fahrenheit, but that liquid oxygen is less than negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit. This engine chill helps us avoid any kind of thermal shocks to our system. Liquid oxygen is also what's creating the white clouds you see around Falcon 9. We continue to load that super chilled LOX into the stage just before liftoff, but when that LOX comes into contact with the ambient air around it, it creates those clouds that you see because of boiling. And right below the fairing is our cradle. It's those arms that hold the vehicle in place. They just opened up at around T-minus 4.5 minutes. And right now, the transporter erector, that vertical truss structure, is starting to slowly retract a few degrees. It may be hard to see, but guaranteed this retraction is enough for Falcon 9 to clear the pad.
Moving
in terms
of
propellant, the first and second stages, when you add up that kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen, it's 1 million pounds of propellant. That vehicle will finish prop loading at T-minus 2 minutes, with the first stage LOX being at 100% full. And the last call out you'll hear before go launch is at T-minus 1 minute. You'll hear that Falcon 9 is in startup mode. This means that the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers have taken over the launch countdown. Our Starlink payload continues to be healthy. The Falcon 9 team is tracking no issues on the rocket. Weather is still looking good, and the range is green for launch. Good. So all that's left to do is listen in to the last few minutes of our countdown.
Good. Morgan Coleman, hey from Kentucky, and how was your morning? I woke up, so it was a good morning. What's with all the letters? I see a lot of letters. Don't spam the chat section, all right, or I'll stick my mods on you, brah. All right, catching up. Green Dragon 099. I wonder if I could be a free test subject for a crew Starship. How many of you would sign up to be on the on the first crewed Starship? I would. I'd sign up to be on SM3. But maybe it's just because it's the morning and I'm not thinking clearly. Controlled Chaos. I live in Huntsville. Hey, Rocket City. You need to visit the NASA Space Center down here.
Stage 2 LOX load is closed.
For sure. For sure. I definitely got to. All right, I want to. I want to go back to KSC because I haven't even been there since I was a freshman in high school. So we're talking like 2000, I think 2001 or 2002. I think 2001. Yeah, 2001. And so I want to go there. I'll go to Rocket City. I need to go back to Boca Chica when they start doing those bigger flights. Oh, the power, oh, the thrust. That's right, Ruddock. And thrust, we trust. Can you imagine doing 3 live streams a day when Starship is fully operational? Oh my gosh. Yes, that would make me quite busy. I'd never stop live streaming. We have a 24-hour stream going on like Lab Padre does. Tuba Man's in his house. It is really early, Kevin, but I'm excited for the launch. I have that same sentiment. We are in agreement. I concur. As my wife would say, the lawyer wife.
LDs go for launch.
You go, LD. All right, hopefully I didn't miss any super chats. If I did, just shout it out. Come on, baby. It's got to do it, you guys. It's gots to, because Kevin don't want to wake up even earlier tomorrow. All right?
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Camera guy's nervous. He's shaking. There we go. My lobes. It's away. So yeah, this rocket is totally reused with the exception of the second stage. These are reused fairings as well.
It's T plus 40 seconds, and we've just had liftoff of our Falcon 9 vehicle, taking our Starlink payload to its targeted deployment orbit. We are now throttling down and throttling back up in preparation for max Q, which is coming up here in about 10 seconds or so. Max Q is the maximum aerodynamic pressure that the vehicle sees throughout ascent, so it's the largest structural load that the vehicle will see. Should hear that call out in about 5 seconds.
Maximum aerodynamic pressure.
And
Very
there's
cool.
that call out for max Q, confirmation that we've just passed through max Q. Coming up in about a minute, we will have 3 events in rapid succession. The first of which being main engine cutoff, or what we call MECO. This is where all 9 of our M1D engines shut off and slow the vehicle down for the following event, which is stage separation. And that's when the first stage separates from the second stage. And then finally, the lighting of our second stage MVAC engine, which we call SES-1, or second engine start 1. Now, if you've been following our Starlink missions, you know that we've reduced the number of burns on the second stage for these missions from 2 burns down to just 1 single burn. This allows the second stage to provide 70% of the velocity needed for this mission, which allows the first stage to use less fuel and thus making first stage recovery much easier. So today we will again only be doing 1 burn of that second stage engine. Again, coming up in about 10 seconds are those 3 events: MECO, stage separation, and SES-1.
Nobody cheers in the background anymore. Well, a lot of them probably aren't there because of the virus thing. And it's early. That's why I wouldn't be there.
MECO 1.
It's away.
Stage separation confirmed.
There are some people there. I heard them clap.
And back ignition.
And there we've just had MECO and stage separation. That stage separation confirms the successful 5th use of our first stage booster. And you can see on your right screen that second stage MVAC engine lighting up and taking that second stage to its targeted orbit. And we're just a few seconds away from fairing deploy. Again, this fairing was used once before on our very first Starlink mission. And there is the visual confirmation of fairing deploy.
Good job, fairing.
So this means that we've successfully reused this fairing. So now let's see if Miss Tree and Miss Chief can catch those fairing halves today. We likely won't have that live view since fairing touchdown won't happen past the conclusion of this morning's webcast, but stay tuned to our social media for updates later this morning.
They should have a laugh track. That would be hysterical. Or have like little speech bubbles pop up that point to the rocket, like the rocket's talking. Help me, I can't breathe in space.
Acquisition of signal, Bermuda.
Good morning, Bermuda.
For those of you just joining us, good morning and welcome. We just had a successful liftoff of our Falcon 9 about 4 minutes ago. There's a lot going on right now. On the right-hand side of your screen, our second stage. Its Merlin vacuum engine is currently burning and will continue to do so for a few minutes. It's carrying 60 Starlink satellites for eventual payload deploy. But we're going to focus the next few minutes on the left-hand side of the screen with our first stage. Currently right now, after stage separation, that first stage is boosting, still gliding up without any engine power. It's hitting apogee just about now, and for the next few seconds, it's going to start to free fall down to the Earth's surface for an attempted first stage recovery on our drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean.
You notice how my screen, like right here, my little Kevin windows a little bit bigger, and it's coming into the...
We're going to prepare for the first of 2 engine burns
that bugs
on that
me.
First stage to aid our recovery. The first of which is coming up in about 90 seconds. It's known as our entry burn. We fire 3 of the 9 Merlin engines in the opposite direction the way we're heading. We do this in order to slow down the vehicle about 25% before we hit the dense part of the atmosphere.
Watch this fix.
This burn
See
would put
that?
unnecessary strain
I'm
on our
coming
first
into the
stage.
video. Fix. Yes. Oh, my OCD just alleviated. Yes. See? Oh, I can't go back to it, otherwise I'll mess it up. You notice that. Do you know how much delta V the second stage has? Oh, I'm not good with numbers, dude. Not good with it. Sorry, Robert. I'm sure we could do a quick Google, though. Or if anyone else has that answer.
We're just at about
I can't even remember
6
dates.
minutes. We're a little more than 45 seconds away from that engine burn. It only lasts about 10 seconds. And although our first stage only takes a few minutes to get from its apogee down to the Earth's surface, our 2 fairing halves takes much longer. Please stay posted with our social media for updates on those recoveries. We're about 15 seconds away from that entry burn. We're going to wait for that visual confirmation the burn started and call out that that engine burn was successful.
So 11,651 meters a second, apparently, for the second stage. Okay. I felt bad that I didn't answer your question, and you paid for it. So there you go. Consider it answered. I'm here for you. No more math questions. It's early. It's disgusting. You guys are sick. Yeah, and that answer could be wrong because it was just
Stage 2
Google.
continues to follow outward trajectory.
In fact, that was probably speed.
Stage 1, entry burn shut down.
Our entry burn has just completed. The next step is our landing burn. It's about 90 seconds from now. In terms of velocity reduction, with the remaining velocity, the denser part of the atmosphere actually slows our Falcon 9 by 80%, and the landing burn achieves just that last bit of reduction down to 0.
Hopefully we get to see this whole drone ship landing. That'd be sweet. No cutouts.
And although we're focused on first stage recovery at the moment, at T plus 9 minutes, a little bit less than that, our second stage, its engine will cut off, will then confirm it's in good orbit, and will then begin the preparations for payload deploy.
Shogun Baker, no fairing video. What flew by stage landing video? I didn't see it, but I'm sure it was just debris or an alien spacecraft. Right.
Starting terminal
Nothing
guidance.
to worry about.
We're about 10 seconds away from that landing burn call out. We'll sit tight and see if we can get any feed of that event.
See if I can catch it in this little mini window. It went by the first stage or second stage? Landing, so first stage. Come on, man.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to see it on this. Or is that it right there? Give me 1 second. Oh, no, that's not it. All right, back to live.
We're still waiting on call out and confirmation for that first stage, but that's our secondary mission. Right now we'll focus on our primary mission with that second stage and our Starlink satellites. We're waiting for that confirmation of second engine cutoff.
We have Seco 1.
Maybe it was ice. I don't know. I have to go back and look at it.
Our cutoff has
If you got a
completed.
timestamp, let me know.
We're now
I'll
waiting
go
for
look at it.
confirmation of good orbit before we begin payload.
6:30ish. Was that long ago? All right, let me see. 6:30, which would have been about 3 minutes ago. -3. See, it's math. You guys are making me do math. Gross. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Expected loss of signal.
So we've achieved that good orbit for our
Expected
second
acquisition
stage,
of
but
signal.
we're
Oh no,
not
we're
in the right
buffering.
position in that orbit yet. Second stage is now going to coast in this orbit for a few minutes. During this time,
Orbital
you're going to
insertion
see
is
the second stage is going to start to gives the Starlink satellites the momentum they
640.
need to space themselves out over time after they deploy. Think of it as if you were hanging on the edge of a merry-go-round and you jumped off.
All right, yeah, we get that. I'm looking for this thing. That's 7. Going quickly so we can get back
And
to
call out
live.
that that engine burn was
Did
successful.
we just miss it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Ooh, that was close.
Wait for
Yeah, I
that
don't know. It
position
was
to be
just debris.
achieved. We're going to take a quick break and we'll return at T plus 13 minutes 45 seconds.
Did we miss the landing? What happened? Oh my gosh, now I gotta go back.
We're going to think of it as if you were hanging lights the most yet. Second
Signal. Expected loss of signal.
So we've achieved that good orbit for our
Expected
second
acquisition
stage,
of
but
signal
we're not in the right
Newfoundland.
position in that orbit yet. Second stage is now
What happened?
good. Focusing on the type of engine will cut off. Will then plus next step is our landing burn.
This is
It's
the
about
last we
90
saw of
seconds
it.
from now. In terms of velocity reduction, with the remaining velocity,
Yeah, there it went.
the denser part of the atmosphere actually slows
We don't
our
get it
Falcon
back?
9 by 8.
Oh, what the hey? You can't do this to me. I woke up for this. Did it start oscillating? Okay. Man. SpaceX getting plagued with issues, bro. A couple landing misses and then the scrub on Monday and now this. What is up? It's the virus. The virus has gotten to our electronics, people. Start freaking out. First stage not looking good, not showing video. They blew off landing. Yeah. Secondary objective. What? That sucks because that was a very notable booster. All right, very noteworthy. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my ugly face big again. Are they talking now? No. You let me know if they start talking. Maybe it hit more space junk. Yep, the first stage has the coronavirus. It wanted itself to be, wanted its misery to be taken out. Take it out of its misery, yo. So sad. Yeah, let's since we don't have, let's take a look at that video really quick right before they cut it or before they lose signal. It didn't look like anything too out of the ordinary. Oh yeah, maybe that's a little bit of oscillating going on. It looks like it has it under control though. Well, let me make it big screen. Sorry. Let's bring it back. Instant replay. You're watching ESPN. Oof. Oh yeah, that was a big oscillation. I was too busy doing math. I couldn't watch. Wow, do you see all that all that junk? Or is that part of the exhaust? Yeah, it looks like it was part of the exhaust. There she goes. See, she has it under control, right? Meow. Yeah. But then they lose signal. Bummer. Yeah, should be a recording from the Of Course I Still Love You barge. Yeah, but I don't think they're going to get to that. It looks like they didn't have much high hope for it. Must have been way off. Samsonite. It was way off. They are talking.
As many of you know, we've been running a number of tests to reduce the reflectivity of these Starlink satellites on their way to orbit. The first of these tests involve using paint to darken portions of the satellite. Preliminary results show a notable reduction, but we have a couple other ideas that we think could reduce the reflectivity even further. The most promising being a sunshade that would operate in the same way as a patio umbrella or a sun visor, but for the satellite. The sunshade option is slated for a future Starlink launch, and all of these efforts are ongoing and will continue to report results back as we receive them. We're now coming up on deployment of our Starlink satellites, so let's listen in for that call out. We should be able to see separation live, so we'll wait for that live view.
Payload separation confirmed.
Chris B. from NASA Spaceflight says this is the last view we had of the booster. Some rotation is normal, as we saw. Loss of signal is also normal.
So we did get confirmation of deployment. And there is that live view. So you can see on your screen the satellites are slowly separating away from the second stage, and over the next few weeks they will distance themselves from each other and eventually use their onboard ion thrusters to make their way to their final orbit.
And with that successful deployment, that brings our webcast to a close for today. To recap our mission, we had a
Thanks, Scott.
liftoff of
See if he
Falcon
talks
9
about the
from
booster.
Kennedy Space Center at 8:16 a.m. Eastern Time. We had a successful separation of that first stage from the second stage. Unfortunately, we did not recover that first stage for another launch, but as you can see, 60 healthy and operational Starlink satellites are on their way to their intended orbits.
All right. But it's good me. So, man, what was I gonna say? I can't remember. That sucks. Yeah, that was gonna be the fifth successful landing. But you know what? Secondary mission. What really matters is that they got Starlink up there. And you know, I have yet to see a Starlink train go over my house or even in space. So I would like to see that one day. That'd be cool. Maybe I can see this one. I don't know. Anybody here on the chat ever watch a Starlink train go over their head? Anyone? Oh, yep. Doggo, my furball. That's his corner, dude. That is his corner. Only he gets to lay there. I tried to do it once, and he got mad at me. That's Kunu Bears. Yep, no landing. Sorry. Oh, I have my shades open, and the sun is out now. That's why I'm kind of whitewashed. Right. You know, before the stream started, I was like, I'll probably go back to bed after this is all over. But now I'm awake, and I just don't feel like it. I got an early start to my day. I can get a lot done. All right. It's not that I like being productive, but I might as well be. This is bizarre. They've been missing more landings recently. I guess it's possible it was way off, but I was still excited to see the landing. Yep, we always are. Always are. It's okay. It's okay. Unlike the booster, we'll live. Get a tan, Kevin. I know. I need to wear my shades, dude. Usually I have those shades closed, but I need to wear some shades. Anyone have this booster designation? Yeah, I don't like numbers. It's B something. Yep. Curious to know if we'll find out what caused this. Last time we didn't hear about what caused the booster to miss until like a week or two later from Elon. But usually he's pretty good about sharing the info. You miss seeing the California launches? Yeah, we haven't had one in a long time. A long time. Usually though, like it's pretty foggy when they launch out there. So I don't get overly excited when they launch out there, but you know, it's a change of scenery. There you go, B1048.5. Thank you, Kerry Turner. You earned that Lieutenant Commander insignia. It's Bezos' fault. It's always the competitor's fault or sniper. Where did you get my hat? SpaceXShop.com. Go to the SpaceX store. I don't know if they still sell it though. They've been running low on their accessories. Well, anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the love. If you're still watching Tim Dodd stream, tell him I said, "Hey, Timmy." I love me some Tim. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Make it a good one. Have a good time playing inside where it's safe. I love you long time. Godspeed to you. Outro starting now.